Hi guys, hope you're all doing well. It's Jamie from Jamie and his whiskey. Today I'm going to be reviewing a whiskey I've never tried before. It's called the AnCnoc 12-year-old. It's a Highland single malt. It's pronounced AnCnoc, not AnCnoc. The C is actually silent, so I don't know why they've put the C in capital letter, but pretend it's not there, and then that's how you pronounce it, AnCnoc. It's a Highland single malt. It only just makes the Highland region by a very small amount. It's just east of the Speyside region of Scotland. Speyside is the region of Scotland in the north, well, north to northeast of the Highlands, which produces a hell of a lot of Scotch whisky. It's not a region that I'm actually that familiar with and tried a lot of whiskies of, which I'm going to be doing as I progress through my whisky journey. As I said, this is not a Speyside, this is a Highland. Highland is the biggest region of Scotland. It covers a huge area, but it's not actually the area with the largest amount of distilleries. At least I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, enough about all that. This is a whiskey I was interested in because I kind of like the non-flannel packaging of this. It looked like a simple packaging, and I thought, well, maybe the whiskey will do the talking. I've heard it's kind of a summery dram. It's a bit lighter than the usual whiskies that I would get. The weather's getting better now. The sun's out. Summer's here. And I don't want anything too heavy. I thought I'd try something a bit lighter, and this is apparently going to do that. As I said, it's a 12-year-old whiskey, and as it says on the can, it is light and smooth, complex, smoky taste with a soft note of malt and nuttiness. So let's see how much of that I get. Established in 1894. Let's try a bit of AnCnoc. Sorry, let's try a bit of AnCnoc. Stop being silly. Okay, here we go. Right, I won't get too greedy and pour myself too much. This is the whiskey. It doesn't say anything on the bottle about being natural colour or non-chill filtered, and it is only 40%, so you're getting the minimum amount of ABV that is required to legally be a whiskey. But a lot of whiskies are 40%, so it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I think in America they get it at 43%, while us Brits get the watered down version. Oh dear. Anyway, maybe things will change one day. So, first of all, on the nose, this is a light nose. However, it has a kind of cereal malty quality to it. And I get just a slight creaminess to the nose as well. It's more of a sensation. It's not like a thing as such. It's more of how I'm interpreting the flavours, I think. And I get a slight creamy sensation when I smell it. Yeah, you get a real, if you really dig your nose into the glass, you get this lovely round malty cereal note, which I love. It gives it a bit more fullness to the nose, and on top of all of this you get this lemony quality, a citrus lemony quality to the nose. So to sum that up, I would say light malty sweetness and a kind of lemony citrus. Okay, so let's cut to it. Let's try a bit. It's interesting. You get this initial kind of sweetness, and then it transitions through to this. Again, you get the maltiness coming back a bit. Yes, you get sweetness first, then the cereal notes I was talking about earlier, kind of coating your tongue, sort of maltiness, and then it finishes off with this dry, slightly bitter aftertaste. So it transitions through quite a lot of flavour profiles quite quickly. It's quite interesting, definitely. The finish, I would say, I mean, it's still going. I would say it's kind of a medium finish, and it reminds me quite of Old Pulteney 12. I haven't had the Old Pulteney 15 yet, but I've had the Old Pulteney 12, and this kind of reminds me of that. And coincidentally, Old Pulteney is a Highland malt as well, and it's a coastal malt too. Okay, I'll have another sip now. Yeah, this kind of quite intense, sharp arrival on your tongue. Developing, fading into this interesting dryness. And it has a kind of note to it which reminds me a bit of black tea. Like, you know, that kind of thing if you haven't got any milk left in the house, which happens quite a lot to me, and you fancy a cup of tea, and occasionally you think, whatever, I'll have it without milk. And you know, it doesn't sound particularly appealing, I know, but that kind of sensation after you've had a bit of black tea on your tongue, that kind of dryness on the tongue, and the aftertaste of black tea, that's definitely in here. It's a light, citrusy, cereally barley type whiskey with quite a lot going on. It's quite complex. So now I've just added some water, not a lot, it is only 40%, so I'm not going to put drops and drops in. I put literally about 3 or 4 drops into this whiskey because I think that's all it will need to change the profile. I don't want to water it down too much. I don't think this whiskey needs watering down any more than needs be. So I've left it in the glass for a couple of minutes. I've just let it breathe, open up. Hasn't really changed the nose too much for me. But it has tamed down that arrival and that sharpness on the tongue. There is still some spiciness in there though, and I like that. It gives this slightly tongue tingling sensation. It's made it slightly sweeter actually, the water, just a little bit. Yeah, this is an interesting whiskey. I also found by adding the water that it just makes the whole process smoother. When you drink it without the water, it's kind of like bang, one like flavor profile into another. It just kind of transitions quite sharply. But with the water, it just smooths the transitions out a bit and holds it quite well actually. But I won't be adding any more water to this because I just don't think it will take it too well. It's 40%, I don't want to drown it. In summary, this is an interesting little cheeky whiskey. It's not the sort of whiskey that I would buy all year round. I bought this because it's summertime and it's a lighter whiskey, and I think this is going to be perfect. It's complex and I think it's got even more to offer. As I slowly work my way through the bottle, I think it's going to open up even more, and I think I'm going to find more things in here. Don't forget that I do a roundup. Every 5 reviews I do a whiskey roundup. So I will be coming back to you about what I thought of this in hindsight in about 6 weeks time. So consider this like review part 1. It's a great one, and I'm really enjoying it. So in the meantime, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to tempt fate, even though it's sunny, it's quite windy, and the camera's nearly been blown over a few times. So I'll leave it there, but I'll be back in a week's time with another review. It's of a 10-year-old Speyside. That will be my first Speyside whiskey review on this channel. I'm really looking forward to it. I've already received it and I've smelt it, and it smells lovely. It really does smell good. So I'm just fascinated to see what it tastes like. In the meantime, if you like this video, please click the like button, share with anyone who you think might like this content and likes whiskey. And obviously, if you could subscribe, that would be great as well. In the meantime, guys, take care. This is Jamie and his whiskey signing out, wishing you all a very happy, safe weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.